Hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the process of symbiotic nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is the natural process, either biological or abiotic, by which nitrogen in the atmosphere is converted into ammonia. This process is essential for life because fixed nitrogen is required to biosynthesize the basic building blocks of life, example, nucleotides for DNA and RNA and amino acids for proteins. Nitrogen fixation is utilized by numerous prokaryotes including bacteria, actinobacteria and certain types of anaerobic bacteria. Nitrogen is one of the three important nutrients a plant needs. The other two are potassium and phosphorus. Nitrogen plays a very important role in the growth of the plants as it is an important constituent present in the chlorophylls and amino acids that make up the proteins. The problem is that the nitrogen in the soil is limited. So when the plants and trees, they utilize up this nitrogen present in the soil, after that they either wither or they dry up. This nitrogen is most commonly found in the air we breathe, but it is in a highly inert form. Now since it is so highly inert, the plants and trees, they cannot utilize it directly. Now some kind of mechanism is required that can fix this nitrogen present in the air to a form that is simpler and that can be easily utilized by the plants. This process is known as nitrogen fixation. So nitrogen fixation is the process in which the molecular nitrogen that is present in the air is converted to nitrogen compounds that are useful for other biochemical processes like ammonia. The process of nitrogen fixation can be divided into two categories: the abiotic nitrogen fixation and biological nitrogen fixation. In case of abiotic nitrogen fixation, it includes natural processes like lightning or the different industrial processes like the Haber's process. The biological nitrogen fixation is carried out by a specialized group of bacteria. These microorganisms that fix up the atmospheric nitrogen, these are called as diazotrophs. Now it is a property of several microbial genera that are collectively known as rhizobia. These organisms form a symbiotic relationship with the leguminous plants that leads to the formation of nitrogen fixing nodules in the roots of these plants. Now how this process of symbiotic nitrogen fixation takes place between the bacteria and the plant, we are going to discuss in this lecture. Now let us look into the figure. First of all, we must remember that the rhizobia are free living bacteria that live freely in the soil, but when they come in contact to a plant root, they behave like an alien invader. The plant root responds to it with an oxidative burst, releasing several chemicals like the superoxide radicals, hydrogen peroxide and nitrous oxide. If the rhizobia are active colonizers, it must use its antioxidant defense mechanism to survive the colonization process. In addition to it, the plant releases several flavonoid inducer molecules also that helps the rhizobium colonize the root cells. So as we can see in the first figure, this is a plant root cell. First of all, it will respond to rhizobia with an oxidative burst, releasing several harmful chemicals that may kill the rhizobia. But if the rhizobia survives itself using its own antioxidant mechanisms. After that, the plant releases the flavonoid inducer molecules which act as attractants, and they help the rhizobium colonize the root cell. So in the next figure, as we can see that the rhizobia has now colonized the plant root hair cell. These plant root hair cell, it have several carbohydrate receptors which are known as lectins. In addition to it, the rhizobia has several attachment proteins which are called as rickettsin. So these lectins and rickettsin help the rhizobia colonize and attach to the plant root hair cell. Now in the next figure, we can see that the rhizobia, it now produces its own signaling molecules which are called as nodulation factors. In response to the nodulation factor, the gene expression in the outer epidermal cell of the plant root hair cell, it stops. That leads to the root deformation, and in some cases these root cells, they curl up, or a curling is seen in these root cells. Now this curling sometimes entraps the bacterium in it. So here you can see the root hair deformation and bacterial attachment by rickettsin and the host lectins. Now in the next figure, we can see that what happens in these regions. The plant cell wall is locally modified and the plasma membrane invaginates, and a new plant material is laid down in between. These modifications lead to the development of a bacteria-filled tube-like structure that is known as the infection thread. The infection thread grows towards the base of the root hair cell to a region called the primordium. Division of these root cells ultimately gives rise to the nodule. When bacteria are released from the infection thread into the primordium, they remain surrounded by a plant cell membrane called the peribacteroid membrane. It is here that each bacterial cell differentiates into the nitrogen fixing form called a bacteroid. Further growth and differentiation leads to the development of a structure called a symbiosome. So this is how the process of symbiotic nitrogen fixation takes place. Thank you. Nitrogen fixation in the biological systems is performed by the nitrogenase enzyme, which catalyzes the reduction of atmospheric nitrogen gas to ammonia and is found in certain bacteria and archaea. The nitrogenase enzyme is very sensitive to oxygen. To help protect the nitrogenase, a protein called leg hemoglobin, which binds to oxygen and helps maintain microaerobic conditions within the mature nodule, is produced. The symbiosomes within mature root nodules are the site of nitrogen fixation. Within these nodules, the differentiated bacteroids reduce atmospheric nitrogen to ammonium, and in return they receive carbon and energy in the form of dicarboxylic acids from their host legume.